What's up, Internet? This is Ramblin' Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Arc the Lad 2. So, I decided that I would show this battle after all, just in fast forward mode, just to kind of give you something interesting to watch while I give my introduction today. So, I want to talk just briefly about Palencia Tower, because Palencia Tower is... I would say that it's easily the biggest and probably the most complicated dungeon that we have seen so far. Not only that, I think it's probably, you could probably argue that it's the biggest and most complicated dungeon in the entire game. Of course, I mean, it's nothing we can't handle, and it shouldn't really be that big a deal, but it's just something to keep in mind going forward. This place could be very confusing and all that. So, yeah. Yeah, you'd better apologize. Onward to the elevator, which will take all the way up to floor 30. And apparently Raijin is too cool for this elevator. And wow, another battle here already? Okay. Well, I already demonstrated these enemies even if it wasn't fast forward, so I'm just gonna fight this off screen. These enemies are actually kind of weird. Like, they're pretty high level, but they feel kind of easy. Anyways, I probably shouldn't have come in here quite yet. There are two exits from floor 30. There's the stairs heading up over here, and there's the little door over here, which might be kind of hard to see if you're not looking for it. There's lots of weird stuff on the wall that it's kind of hard to tell what you can interact with and what you can't. Hint. You can't interact with anything here. Yep. So anyways, in here we take the stairs up. And there are some new enemies here, so I guess I might as well demonstrate this battle. What I do want to do though is I'm going to replace Choco's Elven Cloak with the Silk Belt. Because that gives more experience points, and it also has more defense than the King's Image, which is something that I want to be mindful of at this point still. So, the reason for that is... Well, okay, hold on. Let me back up a bit here first. So, at this point in the game, I'm not quite as concerned with kind of evenly distributing my kills across my characters as much as I was previously. And that's because at this point in the game, levels are going up pretty rapidly. So a single level doesn't really make all that much difference anymore. Like, the enemies that we're fighting are already like 15 to 20 levels above us. So it's just kind of whatever. Just looking at my health there. What does matter though is chunks of like maybe like 5 to 10 levels. But the point is that we're at the point now where basically any of my characters, like all my characters are like high 60s to 70-ish level wise. So every single one of my characters, if I were to bring them to the final battle right now, they would probably be high enough level to make a sizable difference in the fight. Enough to be worth their spot in the battle. So, at this point, I'm not really too concerned with making sure all my levels are perfectly even. So, where I'm going with all this is that I'm not going to be trying too hard to kind of distribute kills among my party members to try and keep my experience even, which I think I might have said already. But whatever. But what I am concerned with is I'm not going to be holding back with Choco, like, basically at all. I do want to keep leveling her up as much as I can. I'm not going to go out of my way to feed her kills, but she's just kind of going, like, beast mode here, just kind of jumping right into the action and doing as much damage as she can. So I do want her to level up a whole bunch if I can get her to do that, which clearly is the case. And that's a big part of why I gave her the Silk Belt, and she's going to be able to appreciate the levels a whole lot in the not too distant future. I think right now she's at about level 72. So she's already a decent amount above all my other characters. But the higher I can get, the better. Which, okay, level 71. Which is typically how levels work in RPG, but... I mean, unless you're playing Final Fantasy VIII, which... we're not even gonna go there. But anyways, this battle is complete. Took a little bit longer than I expected, but whatever. So now we are on floor 31, and all we can do here, at least on that part of the floor, is just head straight up to floor 32. And all there is here is a switch, which opens up a door on the other side of floor 32. So now, if we return all the way back to floor 30... kind of missed the staircase there. And head up to the stairs over here. As you can probably imagine, this grants us access to the other half of the floors. So, as with before, all we can do is head up to floor 32, but we've got another battle to fight first. And upwards we go. Wait, what? Another fight? Already? Holy jeez. They're just going, like, overdrive here. It's just kind of ridiculous how many battles they're just throwing at us here. I guess they're trying to, like, drive home the fact that this is a big place is a big deal. I don't know. Anyways, in there we get the needle shoes, which we don't have anyone that uses shoes right now. And if you didn't catch that little text blurb there, hitting this switch opened or allowed access to floor 33 via the elevator back on floor 31. Or not floor 31, but floor 30. There was something... Right, I want to equip Arc with the Platinum Edge again. I think that's all I want to do. Anyways, don't worry too much about if you're running low on MP and such in the battles here. Because there might have been a lot of them, but if we head back to floor 30 and then go in here and ride the elevator up to floor 33. And right here waiting for us is a nice, convenient heal point. So, hit that up. And if we come back up here, waiting for us all on its lonesome is a magic gauntlet, which is a gauntlet that gives magic. Perfect for Raijin. Like, well, or Fujin. But yeah, it's pretty much tailor-made for them. So these things these contraptions are a little bit confusing. Mostly just because they look kind of strange. Like, it looks like it's just like a treadmill that goes forward, but they're actually a staircase. So if we switch the arrow to down, you can see that we just kind of go down, and if we set to up, we go up to the next floor. So here on the left side of floor 34, there's a door we can't go through, and another door over here. You can see that we can't get to that side of the floor, or that area at least. But we do get a bandit knife, which we'll probably never use. So anyway, switch that back to heading downward, and go back down to floor 33. And now come over to this side. And we got some more dudes to fight. We don't even have to wait for them to spawn. That's a bit of an interesting fight, just because you start like way over here, and the enemies start way over here. You got lots of time to like buff up and all that. Also, with that fight, you should feel free to go completely and utterly all out. Go for all the ridiculous level 3 spells that you never use, because the heal point is right outside. So anyways, if we take the bottom door from that room, it leads to this little teleporter, which takes us to this left side of that room we couldn't get to the left side of earlier. So we got the staircase that leads up here, which, for the moment at least, doesn't go anywhere. But you can see the switch over there, and one can probably assume that that opens this up or something. So once we get to floor 35, we can probably do something with that. But in the meantime, as you probably noticed, maybe I can demonstrate it again. No, the switch is stuck. Hitting this switch opened up the door in the north side of, well, 434 here, which we can only access from, well, hit up the heal point. Gotta remember to do that. So like I was saying, that door in the north can only be accessed from this side. So head up there. And take the stairs up to the aforementioned floor 35. Here we've got a Hellfire Flail that we will never use waiting for us. And with that, I think this is a good place as any to leave it here for today on Let's Play Ark the Lad 2. Catch you later.